So good morning, everyone. Welcome. My name is Karen LaPierre-Pitts, and I'm the Manager of Family Support for Threads of Life. Thank you all for joining us here today as we honor and remember workers who have died, were injured, or made ill because of their job. We dedicate this ceremony to the families who are living with loss and anyone impacted by a work-related tragedy. I know that some of you joining us today are Threads of Life family members directly affected by a tragedy. Others may be connected to a loss through your work, and others just have good hearts and support the work that we do. So thank you. It means so much to all of us at Threads of Life to know we are part of a larger community that not only cares about our losses, but is committed to preventing future tragedies. Thank you all so much for being here. I invite everyone, if you're able to have a candle ready to light. And in a few moments, we'll have a moment of silence. I also invite you all to type into the chat of the name of someone you're honoring or remembering today, or a special thought or sentiment you'd like to share during the ceremony with others. When a workplace tragedy changes lives forever, whether it's a fatality, a life-altering injury, or an occupational disease, it's often ordinary, everyday things that we miss the most. This year, we asked 3 of our family members to record short videos reflecting on what they miss the most about those family members. While Threads of Life honors Day of Mourning today, it existed long before our organization existed. In 1984, unions in Sudbury, Ontario, adopted the day as one to publicly acknowledge workplace injuries, illnesses, and deaths. The Canadian Labour Congress held its first day of remembrance in 1986 on April 28, 1991. Canada recognized its first National Day of Mourning for persons killed or injured in the workplace, following the passage of an act in Parliament. Today, for our family members, it's a chance to honor their loved one or their own experience, and also an opportunity to help others understand the lifelong impacts of workplace tragedy. Our hope is always to build a world where nobody else has to experience this. Today, we've invited Linda Colley to share a little bit about her personal experience with workplace tragedy. Linda is a longtime Threads of Life family member, a volunteer speaker, a volunteer family guide, and a former member of our board of directors. Welcome, Linda.
Hello, and thank you for this invitation to speak here with you today in preparation for National Day of Mourning on Sunday, April 28th. My name is Linda Colley, and I live in Sandy Hook, Manitoba with my husband, Guy, along the shores of Lake Winnipeg. This October 23rd, it will be 25 years for our family since the loss of my 17-year-old son, Burton Reimer, to a preventable workplace tragedy. At the time, Burton was a grade 12 high school student and received a phone call to work for the first time commercial fishing on Lake Winnipeg. Late in the day, the boat that Burton was in sank due to human error. The other fisherman was rescued and survived, but my son Burton did not. During those days, months, and years after Burton's death, I found it hard to find the supports that my family and I needed due to the circumstances of Burton's death in the workplace. I had many questions, and I didn't understand the legal process as I tried to get answers to my questions, and I felt alone in my grief. I am grateful for the support and guidance I have received from the staff at Threads of Life over these many years. and to the compassionate volunteers. Over the last 20 years, Threads of Life has provided myself and my family a safe place to express our grief, as well as finding a way to move forward in the lives, move forward in our lives by way of becoming a volunteer family member with Threads of Life. We will forever miss Burton in our lives. Every day we think of him. This is something that we cannot change, but what we can change is how we move forward each day in a way that will honor his memory and help others who are struggling or need to hear a voice for workplace safety. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda. We'll be thinking of your family over the weekend, along with all Canadian families, and it truly isn't easy to share your heart this way, but it does help everybody understand the impact of such terrible tragedies. In the next few weeks, communities across Canada will host the annual walk we call Steps for Life. In fact, some of them are happening this weekend and into next weekend. This walk is a fundraiser, but it's also a chance to honor lives forever changed. At each walk, a memory lane highlights some of the families that are affected. We'd like to show you a virtual version of that memory lane now. The music you will hear is composed by another one of our family members, Eugene Gutierrez, whose father Bot died in November 2017. You'll see just a few faces in this video, but they do represent the thousands of others who are affected in Canada. There you go. And so at many of our Threads of Life events, we light a candle in honor of those lives forever changed. For Day of Mourning, we chose a candle lighting ceremony for its symbolism. The candle is a symbol of hope and healing. A candle lights the way for others to see. Darkness cannot overcome light, and light will always prevail in the dark. The candle's flame always reaches upwards, and in its brightness gives us a source of strength and guidance. It's a reminder of where we are going. I'm going to light my candle now and invite you to do so as well if you have one available and it's safe to do so. And join me in watching the flame. So in closing, I want to thank each of you for being here today, sharing this moment as a community. We are the families and community members who are affected by workplace tragedy and people who care deeply about preventing future tragedies. If you are new to Threads of Life or know someone who may benefit from our programs and services, please reach out to us for more information. For those who have lost a loved one to a workplace fatality, injury, or illness, it's important for us to all recognize your grief. Over the weekend, or on Sunday, actually, for April 28th, the day that we have our actual day of mourning, where you're invited to our Facebook group, where you can share your thoughts of your loved ones, coworkers, and friends, and see other tributes. Thank you so much for joining us today. Wishing you all a gentle and good afternoon. Take care.